Bloody hell. Hope everyone's doing good. We're playing some
Every new
STARfeild.
alien pathogen we discover is just a little more job security. Gotta look on the bright side, right?
If you're saying that, mate, I'm not going to deny.
This area's off limits. Authorized personnel only. Yeah, I bet you do. Well, that's... Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Hard to argue. Fine, I'll issue you an access card. Infinity better get it together.
Right.
Sean, I don't want to go over this again. I'm tired, all right? Just not today.
You can't be okay with this, though, right? You took an oath. I'd say this is a firm violation.
Look, you got that shit. Who knows what they expect me to do with it? Put me.
Hey, who let you in here? This is a restricted area. In that case, you'll want to speak to Dr. Lane.
Yeah.
Damn contract will be the death of me. Excuse me, but this is a restricted area. Your timing could be better. A little warning next time.
No.
I'll just take a moment to check up on my patient.
Hope everyone's doing good. Try and get this live stream done. And I messed up a little bit there. Don't really got much in the way of things. Patient.
Excuse me, I have work.
So now you got what to do. That's why I'm leaving.
Yeah?
I see you wearing that neuroamp. Don't try any of that mind control voodoo on me, pal.
Oh, I do not get paid enough to deal with stuff like that.
I know your type. A freewheeling space ace. Must be nice.
I'm presuming you don't like us?
Nice. Clean sip there.
Turn to tower. Landing at Neon.
Be careful if you run into those.
Let's go. Let's resolve the issues. Search and develop.
Don't cause any trouble.
I'm a high
Nice to
superior.
catch you in the office.
Is that my beautiful shipment? You were right about this one, Masako. Looks like it. This should be more than enough. Now, I shall excuse myself and get to work on finalizing this prototype.
So, what did you learn about CM Station RC-1? The mercenary group? Only that you mean business if you hire them. They're not moved. I take it they were at the station? Lucas must be desperate if he hired. Were there any survivors? With Ecliptic involved, the odds are slim. I'll send out another team to investigate. We need to make sure anyone who does survive is well taken care of. Now, I also had a report that you were spotted at the clinic. I take it you traced the shipment there? I figured it was related. And were you able to determine the purpose of this secure wing? The clinic serves all, but it can't be denied that they require credits to run. In most cases, the clinic is also the best choice for research. Not everyone has the resources to have decent medical facilities like us on site. They're going to pay, all right. So, it sounds like Lucas has reached a new level of desperation. I'll make sure Yuko's team extracts every bit of information between hiring Eclipse and with a...
It's quite a long one.
Head up to the executive. I've called a meeting and
Officers.
Good. You're right on time. I briefed Masako on the mole and went over the evidence you brought from Nyx in detail. The evidence you provided was enough. After some debate, we decided to fully disclose the results in this meeting. So I wanted you to be prepared. Good. As long as the board isn't feeling difficult today, this meeting should go smoothly. Now,
ordering.
we called you all together to discuss a recent security breach. We discovered a mole within the company who leaked vital information about Project Dominion to Infinity Ltd.
You've got to be kidding me.
Just don't tell me it's Vina. I think we've all noticed she's not here.
Before you speculate any further, no, it's not Vina. The guilty party is Imogene Salzo, much to my disappointment. Our operative here obtained the evidence to confirm it.
Dalton, how does something like this happen?
Imogene is highly trained. Ularu can even speak to that. We demand the best. So that's the threat we deal with.
I may have well-trained operatives, but security is your responsibility, Dalton. This is a huge failing on your part.
I accept the responsibility, but let's not forget. The mole has already been exposed and dealt with.
Of course, thanks to another of my operatives. Watch me.
Imogene's been dealt with, so bickering is pointless. All I care about is reacquiring our property and what this might be costing us financially.
Vina is completing the internal neuroamp prototype as we speak. Our operative will receive the implant, infiltrate Infinity Ltd, and obtain any and all research. I have it on good authority. The experimentations they've done to replicate the missing pieces of our work have resulted in fatalities.
I can't imagine the mess their legal department has on their hands.
If I may make a suggestion, we should keep this evidence to David at SSNN. It's the best neutral method of releasing this information to the general public.
That'd make my job easier.
David it is, then.
Asako, the internal neuroamp is ready if you want to send out the candidate.
I hope you're ready for this.
Not particularly, but...
And that's precisely. Vina will be waiting for you in the... Once you're done...
Let's see, shall we? Ah. Oh. actually to do any more of that. Yes, really want to. Activate development.
You sure you're okay?
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
Our floor's off limits to most people. Kind of nice to have a guest.
Double check those measurements are right. Anesthesia always makes me nervous.
I suggest immediate ingestion of a moderate quantity of water.
It's good to see you again.
Pickle.
Ah, here's my lucky candidate. I hope you're ready to embark on one amazing journey. Oh, don't worry. Now, just a few... I'll be making the whole procedure...
Did I not just say I quadruple checked the number?
You know I'm just giving you a hard time. Besides, I've got to make sure my patient is reassured.
Yeah, sure.
Of course. We've got, what, 5 PhDs between the two of us?
6, but who's counting?
All I'm saying, now, just lie down on...
This unit is not suited for addressing mental health concerns.
All right, let's get this party started.
At least I'm unconscious.
Well, look who's finally up. The operation was a success, obviously. Once you're able to refocus, let me know how you're doing. Hey there.
No, definitely don't matter.
So, how are you feeling? You look good? That's exactly what we want. Just a couple quick notes before using the internal neuroamp. First, you can only influence one person at a time. And second, the effect is temporary, so be prepared if you use it in a combat situation. Great. Now let's test... That's the spirit. DeMarcus loves being hands-on, and it's probably why. Just head up the stairs nearby to the out...
Does Mrs. Cholera know you're wandering around up here?
Come on. He's on the computer. He's literally picked the key up. Use the computer, and yet I still can't get in there.
Observation room is just a precaution. Stop by my office next time you're in the tower, okay?
I only understood about half of it. Made me happy I became an engineer instead of a physicist.
Fucking useless. He goes to the computer, he puts the shit in, yet the door doesn't open. I'm sorry, but that's just stupid. Please finish being humiliation. Fucking move on.
Oh my god, that was incredible. What was it like?
Wow. How to describe it? 1 minute I was excited about seeing how the experiment would go. The next, I had a brief moment of disorientation and figured I must have lost my train of thought. It felt eerily natural. And yes, I admit it, just as you predicted.
I knew it, I knew it, I knew it! I can hardly wait to finish writing up my latest dissertation. And you owe me 100 creds.
I'll be keeping myself under constant surveillance now. I'm curious if any other side effects may manifest.
Cool.
Watch your hands. Lots of delicate equipment around here.
So, tell me all about it. How did... Yes. Good.
I heard. It really was fast. It's truly When it comes to your job, if a subject's morals... That being said...
Okay. As much as I'd love to go over the details and potential, it sounds like you have...
Watch your fingers.
Excuse me.
I shouldn't take failure so seriously. It's just part of the process.
Yes, whatever you say. No deal.
Look, you're here.
Now that you've been outfitted with the internal neuroamp, we're sending you into Lucas Drexler as a bug. And wish he shall. All right. Yuko has provided. You have two options for this. Option A, you gain entry through their maintenance access on the roof. Option B, we give you an assigned identity and arrange a meet. Just hope those acting skills don't get you. Now, depending on your from there, you have three. First, you have Lucas Drexler's computer, located in. Second is.
Yeah.
And third, you.
As you can see.
That's what we're counting. Now,
You see, we only want the. I've created an. Exactly. Now we don't want. Simon. Infinity's wants that pressure. Simon was. I'd highly advise you. The only thing you're. Or also, it should help reduce their ability. These suits are.
It takes too long.
Well, you're still here.
Once you've run, if he asks questions, SSNN is. It certainly will. So. Good luck.
Come with me.
I want to meet her in her outfit. Fucking hell. And she's tell me. I'm trying to talk to you, but you're not letting me.
As much as I hate to admit it, Masako's plan is fairly straightforward. Don't we both? But the public sympathize. They don't identify.
Yes. Trying to fuck you off.
Lucky for you, the program that, while it's down, it'll ruin her. Now here's your cover ID. Don't screw this.
Don't wander into any restricted area.
No, New Atlantis. Chile.
Got anything? You need to offload?
It's liberal. I have not to deal with you. Current moment.
Trade authorities always buy. Kiosk right here for you. Anything I can help you with? I'm sure you can find something you like.
Oh.
Hey, you will be scanned as you enter the city.
Maybe I should switch from parapet to tranquility.
Commercial.
Welcome to Infinity Ltd's corporate headquarters.
Hello. Did you have an appointment with us today? I'm sorry, but we own... Ah, yes, from Lumen Interactive. Once you arrive, you'll want...
Welcome to Infinity Ltd's marketing department. That's howdy. If you just have a seat, I can notify Miss Hart that you've arrived. I'll go notify Miss Hart that you're here. Feel free to use any of the facilities on the floor while you wait.
Okay.
The break room and bathrooms are just around the corner.
jump.
Well, don't look at me. If you want someone to blame, I blame Lucas.
This better not be more revenge for losing that quantum deal.
Fuck it, what's actually just don't do the mission. That's easy. Because of the fucking game. That's bullshit. What? I said fucking Lord.
Welcome to Infinity Ltd's marketing department. Desi notified me that you are on your way. If you just have a seat, I can notify Miss Hart that you've arrived. notify Miss Hart that you're here. Feel free to
Thank
use
you.
any of the facilities on
Yeah,
the floor.
yeah. I've been through this,
The
man.
break room and bathrooms are just around the corner.
I can't wait for this day to be over.
Hello.
Well, don't look at me. If you want someone to blame, I blame Lucas.
This better not be my revenge for losing that quantum deal.
I hate to say it, but I'm right. What?
Yeah.
Area's clear. This is your last warning. Leave now.
Why he's not got into the office? Turn the whole thing off. pay any money, he comes upstairs. No.
The hell was that?
This is your last warning. Leave now. This is private property. You can't be here.
Yeah, but I can't move anywhere because you won't let me.
We're under attack. I'm out of here.
They don't pay me enough for this.
It's over here. This job's not working anymore. Take cover!
What's that moment? How? More recumbent because I picked up that much crap in this fucking office. Don't know, my oxygen levels are...
Must be magic.
Wait for the oxygen to get that.
Someone there? We're under attack. That's it. I'm quitting.
I was hoping to on.
Guess it was nothing.
Fucking jump. Ridiculous. Have been overconfident. Oh, my own 2 levels should be coming back quicker. On, do the switch.
Emergency services.
Sweet. Bit ridiculous. Be that one, yeah. Can I take the best? Okay, again. One back. Fuck off, they literally don't get damaged by any of that. That's ridiculous. Oh shit, man. Yeah, it's a not bad little game. I'm not really a Bethesda person, to be honest with you. So, for me to be interested in the game is very unique. Heals. Lead effect? List. Hey. Good. That done some up. I think. That's stupid. So I need to go.
As you can see, traffic is good. The
Hello and
fares
welcome to
keep
Terror.
climbing.
I'm answered.
And move. Oh. Oh, for God's sake. The sooner I get rid of all the crap, the sooner I do shit.
It's important that the people of the United Colonies can trust their primary news source.
Absolutely.
Can I help you?
That's why you're the CNN of the world, because you can't be trusted.
All right. You've got my attention. What's this so-called story about? All right. I'll take a look. I don't suppose you want to tell me how you got this evidence. I figured as much. Is there at least a name I can cite as my source? Why am I not surprised? As long as the evidence is adequate and verifiable, I expect it'll be aired within the hour, if not sooner. Now, if you'll excuse me, I obviously have some work to do.
Absolutely. This is fucking ridiculous, game. You're literally going to punish me because I'm good at collecting good shit. Not my fault, it fucking weighs a ton. And you haven't given me enough points at the minute. Oh well. The bus, I suppose. I don't really want to do any of the resources or, you know, that sort of stuff. I literally just want to do the missions and that. Building's not really my cup of tea. I'm not really a Bethesda.
Oh, please, take a look.
Sell weapons. That's that done. Resources. Does that keep the flour? Well, meh, it'll do.
Appreciate the business.
Strawberry. Bit weird. Don't know why that's orange. Unless it's damaged. That needs sorting. Okay. We'll be able to fast travel now over the land. We should be fine now. Once I got the active. Please be over. Ooh. Don't like it when people sit in the office like that. Usually means there's a problem that I have to solve.
I believe you were specifically told that we did not want a body count on this assignment. Faye's death may be a pain point, but at least Lucas is still alive to face the incoming consequences. If only intent, Matt. All the tools at your disposal, and yet here we are. I hope you at least attempted. And yet not useful enough to avoid it. Still, it's good to know the applications are proving them. So now it's just a waiting game for Once the story airs... Go ahead, May.
The SSNN broadcast has started. Shall I patch it through?
Yes, thank you.
The murders are believed to be linked to a new investigation where Drexler would have been accused of numerous violations, including murder for hire, unauthorized human trials, and corporate theft. Authorities representing the UC and the Freestar Collective have been dispatched to a consolidated mining station and the clinic. Both locations are believed to hold numerous victims. Drexler's motivation appears to be an attempt to launch a new product based off stolen information from a competitor. The details on the project itself have yet to be confirmed, but it's believed that Masako Imada, CEO of Ryujin Industries, may be involved. A series of communications between Drexler and Imada were discovered, where she encouraged Drexler to ignore approval guidelines for human trials. This has been David Barrett for SSNN.
Impossible. You set me up. You expect me to believe you're simply an unwilling pawn in this? We'll see about that. Assuming I know exactly how this situation came about, I have only a few things to say.
Go on.
Should Ularu run this company, the reputation of Ryujin Industries will change dramatically. Her unchecked tactics will be heavy-handed, involving murder without question. Ryujin may gain financial success, but the percentage is not worth the real cost.
I don't know. Little Shall we go and speed up for something? Will always come first. I believe you, but doesn't mean I had anything to do with this. 10,000 credits, not worth it. I don't care how it happens, future is all that matters.
Either way, the damage is done. We'll be voting on the fate of Infinity Ltd. And now I also assume my position is at stake.
Oh yes.
It's very important we receive at least half the vote on both issues. I need you to use everything in your... With the tech we've given you, you'll find most of the... We'll need at least 50% of the vote. I trust you.
Hey, I have a skill point. I don't know at the minute what to do. Do I put it into manipulation? Weightlifting might be better.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
I take it Masako wasn't as pleased to hear the SSNN broadcasts as she thought she'd be? I'm sure she does. She knows I'm the only one that could pull this off. And now she's going to have some serious regrets about holding this upcoming board meeting. Which brings me back to you. Masako wants us to acquire Infinity Ltd, which is obviously not on my list of things to do. I need you to persuade the board members otherwise, and make sure they're on our side when I move to vote Masako out. You don't think I've weighed those possibilities? Actually, perhaps I was a little overzealous. Being able to pick and choose the talent as I see fit does have plenty of benefits.
You think?
And I could hold the garnered good faith over Viv for years to come. Alright, I'm convinced. But if this turns into a mistake, I'm holding you accountable. Just get the others on board. The internal neuroamp essentially guarantees success. As long as you get the results I'm looking for, I don't care how you do it. With Masako out of the way and the internal neuroamp finally ready for production, Ryujin Industries will be set for life. Or at least until I retire. Of course not. We have the means. Don't be absurd. If you cared anything about the success of this company, you'd know how important the internal neuroamp is. I admit you make a good point. Even with the shielding component, it's always a matter of time before someone replicates the work. And we absolutely cannot allow our own tech to be used against us. Should you propose to halt research, I will back you. But once the right questions can be answered, the internal neuroamp will be revisited. Now get out there. You have votes to secure.
What's the Senatronauts in the middle of the floor?
It's
good to see you again. And how's my favorite patient doing? Not seeing any temporal memory flashes or losing time, I hope. What? No, of course not. They're purely theoretical. Oh, that's great. I'd say Project Dominion is ready for legitimate human trials in that case. One step closer to seeing market approval. Genevieve is going to be so excited. So, tell me what you think of the neuroamp. I hope you're not actually suggesting that the technology I spent years working on and perfecting never sees the light of day. This is groundbreaking work. My life's work. Fine, fine. Make your case. You really think they could come after me?
Oh,
well,
yeah.
This conversation's made me feel like a proper monster. But you're right. In a perfect world, tech like this is used for good. But this world is far from perfect. It is. It really is. For years, my only focus has been, is this possible? And then, how do I make it work? I never stopped to I guess it'll be up to a vote either way. It's not on... We just have to hope the others will... So the next question is, what will the fate of Infinity Ltd be? I'd like to acquire them, although it won't break my heart if we don't. Faye may have stepped over a line in her attempt to replicate my work, but she's a brilliant engineer. I'm very curious to see what else she may have been working on and dig into her research. Wow, you're no fun. I guess there's no point in examining their failures. Besides, I don't want any of their research to steer me in a bad direction. I know Masako will be pushing for the acquisition. Well, if she can make it through the current drama, I'd say she's more than prepared to handle anything that gets thrown at us in the future. I overheard the SSNN broadcast. It didn't sound good for her. But Masako's always fully supported my work, which is really all I ask. So until proven otherwise, I'm going to support her as well. Well, this has certainly been the most interesting conversation of my day. All we can do now is look forward to the meeting, right? See you in there.
I'm glad we're making an effort in our appearance today. Just the person I wanted to see. I want to get all the details locked down for this meeting, and I believe you to be one of the best sources. Good. I prefer first-hand feedback when available. You've had the chance to encounter members of Infinity Ltd throughout your assignments here. Do you think they're worth redemption? And why? You can tell a lot by just looking at a workspace or simply observing a person in their business environment. Perhaps I mistakenly assumed that as an operative here, observation was a talent of yours. Oh, I didn't mean in regards to Drexler's actions. More in the sense of, should a superior company like Ryujin make room for so many potentially lackluster employees? This is true. Infinity never had the financial resources to match our salary offers. Getting what few capable employees they have at half the salary we typically pay here could have major payoffs in the long run. Next question. What are your thoughts on SSNN's reports that Masako is allegedly connected to Lucas Drexler? A good, neutral answer. One that Alexis would be proud of. I find it difficult to believe that our CEO was truthfully involved in such endeavors. I look forward to seeing what Alexis can learn about the subject. Agreed. Even if she wasn't the true mole, a mole was still able to infiltrate the corp. She's also the one who pushed to have Dalton as head of security. An obvious fail. I appreciate the insight. I suppose I should ask if... It's the next big step for Ryujin Industries. Financially, it'll keep us secure for years to come. There's no doubt it's our future. It's only dangerous to those who can't afford one. Hence the added motivation that will bolster sales. The guarantee depends on if we're willing to make the financial commitment to outfitting each employee with at least a shielding component. A cost that's not lost on me as CFO. I think we all know how averse I am to chaos. Finances are my forte, so you make a good point. Our competition has yet to truly master neuroamps, but the possibility is there. It's a risk I am unwilling to take. At this time. This has been rather enlightening for me. I appreciate the time.
Don't tell me. Masako wants to make sure I'm still on her side after SSNN dropped this media bomb on us?
Oh, yes.
Because that's what I do. You want something in this business? You don't pull any punches. The only real question is just how persuasive she asked you to be. Well, I was on Masako's until this news dropped. Now that she's been tied to Lucas, buying up Infinity Ltd only reinforces the narrative. It's gonna be a hard sell to make this look good. Aren't you the flatterer? You're right, of course. I've certainly handled worse. Besides,
absolutely.
I haven't had a good challenge like this in a while. All right. I suppose you've earned the right to voice your opinion after everything you've done. So let's hear it. You're not wrong. There's something to be said for loyalty and standing by your own. And well, if anyone can redeem her in the public's eyes, it's yours truly. Provided she's proven innocent, of course. And what's your second point to consider? Of course. Which is why I know it requires some very delicate. But unlike Alexis, I believe we can get the proper we do it every day with Don't I know it? We'll discuss security ramifications with Dalton, and it's sure to be quite the undertaking. Well, it seems your talents really do stretch beyond just being an operative. Good talk.
At least if you're here, you're not screwing up out there. Great, the bane of my department. If you need something, make it quick. Choose your words carefully. If you expect me to respond to threats, now, I can only assume you're referring to Infinity LT. All right, I could use the entertainment. Have you been spending too much? I do pride myself. Huh. Well, what talent like yours? Unfortunately, half my department's been poring over documentation, while the other half is writing up what legal guidance they can.
Right.
Nice to know someone is. Everyone's too busy praising its completion to think about the dangers it could represent. First off, if I find out you used that device on me, I will tie you up in court on whatever charges I can conjure for the rest of your life. Second, that tech is one major human rights violation that no legal team wants to fight. I'll do whatever I can to make sure it's either severely delayed or collects... Tech like this only has good applications when you have complete control over who uses it. Once that tech hits a market, open or private, that control is gone. And not only that, the tech is out there to be advanced or modified by anyone who might get their hands on it. In an ideal situation, Masako's lucky to have you at her disposal. Even you may be the greatest asset aside from the internal neuroamp that If the board can navigate this current mess without falling apart, I'm certain of recovery. Masako's pulled this company through some rough times. I'm willing to bet she still has a few cards to play. Masako's successor will obviously be Ularu. She's qualified, but a little too heavy-handed for my taste. I prefer a CEO that makes my job easier, not harder. To put it bluntly, it's bullshit. This is way outside of Masako's capability. I've worked with that woman for over a decade. Even her more aggressive actions never came close to this. Besides, if she wanted to acquire Infinity Ltd, there are simpler ways to go about it. This exchange has been surprisingly insightful, but now...
This meeting should prove to be I assume Masako briefed you on her with that internal neuroamp, no doubt. If it were up to me, I'd have shut down Project Emi. I knew it was a graves. You read my mind. Plus, if we vote to acquire Infinity Ltd, we're about to add a significant workload onto my team. The last thing I want to deal with are any more incidents. I imagine we're looking at months of work. Infinity Ltd is obviously not known for their security. I only hope that Masako and the others will be patient with... You would side against her after everything Perhaps if you present your... Not that it was a huge concern. Now, if you'll excuse me...
It's going to be an interesting board meeting, I know that much. It's going to be very, very, very interesting stuff. I'm at the end of the table, so I get no proper votes on the issues at hand. However, I am very much in control.
To start this meeting, let me just say that the SSNN allegations are completely false.
Absolutely.
And you expect us to just believe that?
If they're false, how did this happen?
I'll be ordering a full investigation, but I have my suspicions, which I'll address once this meeting has concluded. Until then, I'm still CEO, and we'll be moving forward with this meeting to acquire Infinity Ltd.
Do you really think we want a potential criminal? One suspected of being the actual mole here, leading a crucial meeting like this? In fact, I propose we remove Masako as CEO altogether, and nominate myself to take her place.
You can't be serious.
As much as it pains me to say it, I second the motion. My apologies, Masako, but we've failed here. Perhaps new leadership is what's needed moving forward.
Dalton, you can't seriously believe that.
Agreed. Change is necessary. If there's any truth to these allegations, we can't take the risk.
Any arguments against?
Yes, on the fact that I'm innocent and completely capable of doing my job.
If we vote Masako out now, the public will think we're admitting her guilt without any investigation.
We don't even have all the evidence to make an educated decision here.
Let's leave it up to the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Those against?
Nay.
You're kidding, right? I hope you're all aware of the huge...
Enough. At least we all know where everyone stands. Now, let's get back to focusing on what we're... All those in favor of acquire...
Aye.
All against?
Nay.
Good. Alexis, start drawing up the necessary... Anyone have anything else they'd like to bring up? The internal neuroamp is a key component of Ryujin Industries' success for the next 10 years, if not more. Why would we shelve it after we've finally perfected it?
I can't believe I'm saying this, but he's right. Regardless of the pros, the cons are too morally and ethically irresponsible to move forward with.
I must agree. We can't go through with production on technology like this until certain safeties can be guaranteed.
Very well. All in favor of shelving Project Dominion?
Aye.
All against?
Nay.
Vina, prep Project Dominion for storage. Any other matters to bring forth? None? This concludes our order of business for today.
If only there were more hours in the day.
There is.
I'm glad we're making an effort in our appearance today.
Cheeky bastard!
So, it looks like both Infinity Ltd and Ularu learned a lesson the hard way. It's unfortunate about Imogene, but in our business, she wasn't the first, and certainly won't be the last. You've proven yourself to be quite the asset here at Ryujin. I suppose it is. Gratitude isn't something you typically hear these days in the corporate world. I truly appreciate what you've done. No operative has held the future of this corporation in their hands like you did. I can imagine this wasn't quite the job you envisioned when Imogene first hired you. It's a lot of pressure for a new hire. Imogene's instincts were right about you. It's a shame ours weren't right about her. I never would have expected to hear those two weren't on the same side. I'll need to launch an investigation to be certain, but I appreciate you bringing this to my attention. Now, as promised, I have your bonus. I hope you'll find it appropriate for all you've done. And I'm promoting you to senior operative. You've more than earned it. With your new position, you now have an office with mission board access, and you're free to make your own hours. The mission board holds your assignment, although I may still have more Good. You've put in a lot of... Just don't forget...
Is that it? Seriously? Oh, sit down the stairs. Operation. My office. Sure. The GPX. It's in my office. Should came with more. Right. Land. Mask building. With me a second game.
The following is a public service message to anyone residing in or visiting United Colony systems. The terrormorph threat is real. If encountered, these alien predators should be avoided at all costs. Do not attempt to engage. Report any sightings immediately to United Colony's authorities. Seek shelter and wait for a Marine detachment to jump in and eliminate the threat.
Give away that one.
The workup's in the cabinet's hands, they said. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So, my relationship with the UC, they called him the program. I would secure the...
Wow. Oh, well, not one. Oh.
He would have happily told you he was one of the greats. Ultimately, though, it didn't matter. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death on both sides. Freestar Collective
Absolutely.
and UC. Military and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate you saying that. You know, while we... Or if you've got any... No telling how long the cab... Then I guess it's just a...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Ah, and that must make you the Captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for bringing us this information. You can imagine my surprise when I was informed you were also the agent involved in the debacle between SysDef and the Crimson Fleet. Still quite a mystery how that all went so wrong. In fact, Some of Commander Ikande's few remaining compatriots even went so far as to suggest we were making a mistake granting you an audience at all, and that we should instead strap you in irons. Tell me, why would they think something like that? Listen, compose your thoughts. You let us know when you're ready. Quite the shame, then, he didn't heed your warnings. But I suppose the late Commander Ikande's intractability isn't the issue we're here to deal with today. Let's get to business. We have 2 petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal.
That's quite the leap, Captain. Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, Terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic.
I would remind the Chief Diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask how many deaths the Cabinet requires to act. 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt, the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties. Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this Terramorph seem at all?
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you?
I'm inclined to agree.
As am I.
I suppose that does get to the heart of the point, doesn't it? Very well.
It's the Northern staff.
The galaxy was lucky you were here today, Captain.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections...
There you go. Terramorph!
Incident. Chief Sergeant, what's happening?
There's been an attack. At the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God. There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support.
I'll make the order myself. The nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. It'll take a while to whip them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on
Yes, ma'am.
Captain, I'm right behind you. Let's get down there.
We're on our way. We're on our way. Said low and kill. That's our move. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Alright.
The EM rifle, damn it! Now!
Stop it! We're trying to help you!
I can't stop!
What are you doing? EM fire, Captain!
That's bullshit, man.
Thank God. Yeah, what the hell happened back there, Captain? Sorry? Doesn't bring these people now.
I don't care. They attack law enforcement.
I don't know. We tried to, but some of the other...
Pheromonic project. Some terramorphs, they can... It affects everything. You kill them more? Let's do it.
That's unlocked.
We go make some food by an hour. Move, move, move. Really cool.
Wait, officer? Are you and this woman experts? Take whatever we can get right now. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, but we're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before. Well... Good. I can't risk them taking over any more men. Put those things down and do it fast.
Yes, man.
We'll hold them as best we can.
Let's move. Well,
Target down. Nice work, Captain.
Guess they weren't kidding about you two. The universe put the right people in the right place. Certainly doesn't feel like it.
I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the Terramorphs have been dealt with.
I don't think they're
Take
all
care of
done.
yourself, Sergeant.
We're gonna have a bigger issue.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place. Please wait for the all-clear signal before leaving your homes.
Right fucking now. We're gonna have some bigger issues coming through. The Terramorph are gonna fucking rip somebody's head off. Now give me the fucking code.
Nothing's getting to the cabinet.
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, there you are. I believe we have some things we should
Losing
discuss.
anyone in the line of duty is a tragedy. These attacks
Captain?
can't happen again.
Hadrian? It would appear that the cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today, as well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terramorphs, we'll consider them validated.
Just a little bit.
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the Terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely. The cabinet wants you, Captain, to be... We do. So, will you help us? I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be... You should be able to find her in our office. And on behalf of the whole of the...
The next time Terramorphs rear their ugly heads, UC is going to be ready.
I'm gonna go check in with Chief Engineer
We didn't get where we are by sitting
Start
on
getting
our
a plan
laurels.
together for that
Our
day.
laurels, in fact, became uninhabitable a long time ago. Helps to remember that.
Pardon.
Okay. Hello.
I'll make sure they get what they require.
That must make you our new envoy. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second-in-command. And you're someone I've already heard plenty about. One of the few survivors of the SysDef debacle and defender of New Atlantis. Not sure if I should duck for cover. I was also informed that you... Chief Yassine, we're going to do... And that means... Some access to the archives is only granted. UC, Freestar Collective. Now, the UC, get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier. I couldn't agree more. Both ambassadors have reasons they won't. Now, I'll provide. And I do, though, that... But it does mean we need to get you... Who do you want to start? The good ambassador. Now, official, use your experience, and who knows? But my suspicion... Never underestimate. UC intelligence has a... But getting caught trespass. So, if you are going to try and access the... Now, but there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information. All right. And take these.
Cool.
Ambassador Balmore's... When the rest of House... He's... though claiming to know how... It does. We're not 100 by his public scans. Your task is to find him and... I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that... Here. And fair warning. Now, if you have additional... I'd suggest you be smart out there, Cap.
doing too bad on time, I suppose, for the stream.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Sounds like he's got more work.
That's good. Certainly go and see him when I get a moment.
Just doesn't add up. Spaceport has anti-signal protocol.
Sorry, but I need sign-off from the Interstellar Affairs office before I can set foot in there. You gotta be kidding me. It's plumbing, not a peace treaty. It could cause an incident. It would mean my job, sir. Fine. I'll begin the process. Wouldn't want to withhold a chance for more red tape from the great UC. If you have a maintenance request, just get it in the system. We'll be there eventually. If you have an appointment, they'll check you at the door.
You are a visitor? You'll find the ambassador.
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby, offices, or conference room. That means you. Security, and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment? You're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right. Excuse me. A less level-headed person might think that was a threat, Captain. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release.
No, Captain, I'm not, and I'll tell you why. What you experienced down there at the spaceport, I've lived that once before already. Fought tooth and nail as aliens rampaged in the streets of my home and others all throughout the collective. But my aliens were placed there by UC hands. So I'm not interested in anyone getting power like that ever again. The UC most of all. You have my answer. Now please you're really gonna push this? I'm listening. A ranger serving the cause of the colonies. You must really believe in this little endeavor. I suppose you might be right.
Yeah.
Easy to lose sight of the big picture sometimes. Well, Captain, you make some good points. But if I'm really granting you access, I'm gonna need the following concessions. Your access will be limited. You can only take out the items related to stopping these terramorphs. The monitors will make sure of it. You go in once, you get everything you need on your trip, and never again. And all research done with the data will be monitored. If this data is being used to save the galaxy needs to be involved in the oversight. Freestar scientists will watch your people like hawks. So, do we have an agreement? Well then, I guess you better get a move on.
Yeah, I'm not making any concessions. Unless they're willing. Because they don't know we're not giving them that. So they're gonna cause us a lot more fucking issues. And I don't want to cause my fucking issues between these two, because I ain't fighting no bloody war.
Saw your ship come in.
This chair is so uncomfortable. Until it breaks, I can't very well do not. Quite literally. Okay, again. Yes, that's what's the with the mutton data. Mutton data is very unique.
Holy shit!
A bit over dramatic like that.
Welcome back. Everything going well with the ambassadors? Wait, you got her to agree? Without putting a gun to her head? And all she wants are monitors. Then what are you doing here? Yes, granted. Well, just get back there before she... Still trying to fathom what exactly...
Me, complicated.
Mark my words. Someday I'll be one of the ones.
We're doing this literally just to get a part for 3.
You're allowed 3 places. Conference room, lobby, or the ambassador's office. Back at last. I presume the deputy was receptive to our proposal. Are we all in agreement? Excellent. Follow me. They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. Here, I'll reach out to Deputy McIntyre. We'll coordinate the necessary oversights. 2 unlikely allies, I guess.
For now. It is. No. It isn't. Now, road on towards the other one.
nothing but a bunch of warmongers and down with the FC.
Well, I want it torn down. The fact that there's evil, tear it down. Ha! What's my problem with them? The Colony War, the Freestar Collective. Oh, please.
Bye.
You dumb little bitch.
Yes, exactly. It's like when someone insults you, you want to just beat the shit out of them sometimes, but you don't.
Well, not quite what I was thinking, but that's actually a great example, Marcus. The man in the story was cruel. Do you know why he was cruel? You must feel what he feels. Understand his pain. Accept it. And deliver it not back upon you.
Empathy. You mean empathy? But you say it like it's easy. Like anyone.
I may not always have the perfect advice for people. Will you seeking world? It would, wouldn't it? And in the meantime, and if you do, that's all right. There must be a copy. Wonderful.
A weird way to say it. fucking cracking there. I turned the fucking turret so they would be benefiting me. Not the other way fucking round. Honestly, when they're trying to kill you, is it really worth it? Ooh, amazing. Really?
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss. Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could cage such a beauty? Tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Then the embassy was struck with a power surge and then silence. Has the rest of the city suffered quite so badly? Harmless spores, you have my word, but hard to navigate. It is the sap of the tree that gives it its... well, but I must know... I take it you didn't have such an experience where you were, then, hmm? Yes, the entire embassy was thrown into lockdown, trapping me in my quarters. A disconcerting experience, to say the least. Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than later. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you here at such... You were sent by the... And the broadcast spoke of terror morphs. A worrying occurrence, sir. So the UC requires him... the preservation of lives, but... For years, House Varun has been known with lit. In exchange for my code, I require it. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to... Well then, I shall not... Please. Let's hope it still works. And there. Let it be used for good.
I went to a bar. It's gonna be very long-winded, this. I can already tell. I don't.
Kill for a cup of coffee right about now.
Good for you.
Captain, you're back soon. Oh, wait. Did you actually succeed? With Radcliffe? And Balmore? So the old man was still lurking around in there. Fine work, Captain. And now, I've already arranged everything with the archival. When you get down there, the UC code, absolute.
Yes, what?
Lobby. These archives. Hopefully, we're not gonna have too much more trouble. In the sense of all great fucking plans.
After the UC Navy's defeat at the Battle of Cheyenne by the Freestar Collective ragtag fleet, both sides decided.
Please explain why there's literally more crap. I didn't want to do that.
Welcome, Captain, to the archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. You will not be able to access any of the other units. Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin.
Don't know what insist downstairs. Go back up.
Nice hat.
Hey. There you are. Captain. Deputy told me what went down. Impressive work.
Captain,
If you'd be willing to transfer the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing what comes next.
Time for us to start getting some real answers. And figure out if we've been asking the right questions. So whenever you're ready. Yes. It will be. Percival and I have done our damage. This is us starting to put some things right. So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this work's getting done. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Already has the equipment, the safety measures. Though it sounded like the deputy had a few more things she needed to discuss with you first.
Indeed. The most important of which is getting you your citizenship.
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me.
Pardon.
What in the fuck?
All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a citizen of the United Colonies? Good. This isn't the... Please raise your hand. Captain, through service, bravery, strength... Then, Captain, I'm pleased... Here, your official... We've also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase... Now, the other item we needed to discuss. There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you, but this person is in a sensitive position. Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, but we think this person has information that could... And they've stated they'll only share it with you. So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the strictest confidence. You can tell no one. Can you agree to these terms? I'm sorry. I can't share any more without your word. Do I have it?
Look. If you are holding information away from the other two parties, you've got a problem. A very, very serious problem.
Let's hope it never comes to that. Head to the elevator. You're going to subsection 7. I'll make sure you...
It's a very, very worrying situation.
Keep it moving.
Bloody. Well, it seems true.
Logging, authorized entry, unsealing access. You may proceed down the corridor.
Thank you. It's fucking time, didn't it?
Welcome, Captain. Please, come down and approach the
was kind enough to give me a few files to peruse. Quite the series of accomplishments you've managed. But now you face a foe unlike any other. An invisible enemy, lurking in the shadows. You're going to need all the help you can get. Which is why I hoped we could speak. Do you know who I am?
Not Don Scooby-Doo.
Perceptive. I like that. I'm Francois Sanon. But most know me as Victus. I was an admiral during the Colony War.
So you're the issue, mate.
If you believe the slates. I was to be executed for my crimes. But the previous regime deemed me too valuable to
So they hid you away.
So they put me here. A sacrifice on the altar.
Can you don't get your zealous, please? Because they're kind of annoying.
Serve the colonies.
We kind of don't want to deal with them.
Captain, please. Which, right, an effort you, though I am, has she shared with you the need? Did she? Our relationship. The Major was born to become a great, but the universe, and I think after some long years earning the trust, helping them gather, with quite a few the names and I'll tell you where they are.
He's got zealous all over the show.
There is a former, like myself, if it dealt, when the colony, but I'm not expecting, bring me evidence. You can certainly try, but the man's been easier for all. If that's what you require, according to there's a stuff.
Identity verified. You may proceed to the exit.
Very loop situation.
Captain, did your meeting go well? Captain, please, keep your voice down. The situation with the prisoner is a complex, but it's a situation we've been managing, and the most critical. Short of jailing you? No, you're right. But in this moment, I think it would be... Though I presume he didn't call you down there simply to discuss his daughter. Dr. Reginald Orlaise? He's finally found him. Of course, killing Orlaise is completely out of the question. But bringing him to justice... He's been on the lam. That'd be a huge... Really? He found the members of the research. We'd already initiated a search for them. Captain, if that's the deal, you have my... Now, was there anything else you wanted to discuss regarding your... The den? The first one was blue. The place is owned, but because I can think of worse place. Then I'll bid you good day, Captain.
Not exactly in the best of light. shall we say. And you've got a literal war criminal that was executed after a very brutal war in the basement. Protect a war criminal, Jesus. To me, shows a lack of real passion. Going into the den.
Light love.
Can only tell.
How may the Trade Authority assist?
Yes, of course.
Was there something you needed? By all means.
Way too many problems. Who's that?
Looking to lodge a complaint? Then you want UC security, not the Vanguard. Oh, so. Orlaise. Doesn't ring a bell. Seriously? Out here? Though, I guess there's less a chance. Wait. There's been rumor of a ship out there for years now. Doesn't respond to hails. More than a few amateur investigators have tried to find it. And at least, Aetheria's debris fields are plenty but if you're suggesting and can't think of a better spot your Orlaise might be hiding. Sure thing. Here. Go get your man.
This shit's so dark.
Aye, Captain. Good to see you. Hi, boss.
Everything looks good at my station, Captain.
Handling those tricky decisions regarding Ryujin must have been difficult. And those types of corporations remind... I suppose you've proved... After all, why wouldn't I be? Can you imagine? Yes, well,
Whatever you need, you got it. I'll be counting the minutes to our next chat.
All is well, Captain. All things considered.
Well, hello, sunshine.
Right. In the stream now, guys. Got some make some food. We will hopefully be back on. I have guessed on. Never know. Nowadays, with how everything's going. So I'll see you all in the